Hey folks, exactly 3 cards from Wilds of Eldraine all create White Vigilant Knight tokens. So Gen Arcanum Weaver creates a White Vigilant Knight when it comes into play, and also once per turn when an enchantment support you control is destroyed. So you might think, oh, I'll play that with PMA Ajani, all those enchantment tokens, but you can only get 1 per turn. So don't get too excited. Virtue of Loyalty is an adventure card, so the flip side is a spell, and that costs 4 mana to create a White Vigilant Knight token. So you can create another one there. And Hopeful Vigil is a support card with, when this enters the board, create a White Vigilant Knight, and when this support's destroyed during your turn, create a White Vigilant Knight. So you can squeeze 2 knights out of Hopeful Vigil. It doesn't do anything else apart from that. Right, let's jump into the game and let's get a look at our knight token. Right, we've got Virtue of Loyalty straight away, so 4 mana. Let's just pin everything else down because they're all going to boost my reinforce my tokens. And I've just done knight tokens about 2 videos back, and that looks like a standard knight. Let's have a look. That's a bog standard 2/2 knight, isn't it? It's had a 1/1 boost, but that's a standard 2/2 knight. Right. Okay. Let's see what... I seem to remember that Gen Arcanum Weaver produced the wrong knight, and I put something on the forum ages ago when this set came out, and it got fixed. Let's see what happens with Gen. Oh, I have to give something wicked roll. I've only got 1 thing, so let's pick you. Right, okay. That's interesting. So it's the same artwork, isn't it? Let's just get round to our turn and have a look. Yeah, so that's the one produced by Ardenvale Fealty, and that's just your bog standard 2/2 knight, which 13 cards produce. We did that a very short while ago. That's the one produced by Gen. It's identical, isn't it? Except that it's called White Vigilant Knight. I'm really interested by it. Well, we'll do the thing. So it's White Vigilant Knight. It's common. It has vigilance, it's 2/2, it's white, and has the creature type human knight. And the artwork is by, oh, come on, I did it 2 videos ago. Dan Scott. This is by Dan Scott, so I'm not going to have another look at the artwork. I kind of think I know what might have happened here. I want to get Hopeful Vigil into play. Let's teleport forward for you. See you in a few minutes. Right, you have just been saved from watching about 3 or 4 minutes of gameplay. So what I've got in my hand is all 3 cards that allegedly create White Vigilant Knight. So Ardenvale Fealty, remember, is the flip side of Virtue of Loyalty, which will create a White Vigilant Knight. And it says White Vigilant Knight there in the hypertext, in the link. Gen Arcanum Weaver, which we've already played. And a Hopeful Vigil, which we haven't played yet. But it says, you can see there, White Vigilant Knight. So let's make a swap. Let's pin fuss down. We don't want that. And let's see what happens. Well, we know what happens with 2 of them. So Ardenvale Fealty, we know, yeah, bog standard 2/2 knight. Right, Gen Arcanum Weaver, we know, oh, wicked roll, creates, yeah, the White Vigilant Knight. And Hopeful Vigil creates standard 2/2 knight. That's really interesting. So here's what I think's happened here. The devs have had a conversation at some point and said, oh, these are going to create knight tokens. Which one? Oh, you know, the White Vigilant one. And that's where the cock-up has happened. So I think my feeling on this is they should just all 3 cards create the standard 2/2 knight token, and having something called White Vigilant Knight that is identical in every way, even the artwork, to our existing 2/2 knight token is really stupid, right? I mean, do you agree with that? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this. But I think what I'm going to ask the developers to do, I'll make a clip of this and post it onto the forum, is to just turn everything into a standard 2/2 knight. But this has been, in theory, the White Vigilant Knight token.